So afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel. So minimal buffoonery today. I have had a delivery of parts, as you can see here, and as you'll see from the thumbnail. So this is going to be a video of how to change the standard cold air intake and the turbo elbow on the Golf R. This is my 2019, as you can see, AAA engine. So it's pretty much the same as the GTI, which is just sitting in front of me here. Ronnie Black's going to be watching on. I'm sure he'll be giving me some sort of commentary as we go. So I think the best way to do this is I'll tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'll show you me doing it in a speeded up version. And if there's anything of note that I think I need to tell you, then I'll slow down and I'll cut in and I'll tell you that. But other than that, let's just crack into it and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, so first of all, we've obviously got the turbo elbow, which I've changed on the GTI, which is just here, there it is. So I just thought I can show you that part before it even goes on. So that's the stock one off the GTI. It'll be exactly the same on the R as well. Very skinny at the top, as you saw from the other video. Watch the other video if you want to watch that, of that getting changed on the GTI. That's the racing line one that's going to be going in. Again, less restrictive, blah, blah, blah. Okay, white gloves, because this is going to be a magical journey. And there's the other parts down there. So we've got the heat shield, Bosch. We've got obviously the intake part that will go on that little fella there, Bosch. Him. And then the intake tube as well. And then we've got this little brackety type thing, which will go around the back of the pipe just to hold that down. So I'll take all that off and I'll show you what we're changing. Okay, so stock airbox is what we're going to change. Turbo elbow is what we're going to change. So turbo elbow is down here. This is the turbo elbow. This tube's attached to it here. That needs to come off. T30 screw needs to come out at the back there. And then the whole thing pulls up. It's not screwed in, everyone, so you can just pull it off its mounts, and I'll show you me doing that. 3 mounts there, 1 there. I need to remove this intake, which goes into the airbox. Okay, so as we're just taking off the whole lot, I don't think we need to undo this one. I think we can just pull that up with it. We can just get rid of the one at the back here. So I'll set the camera up and we'll crack in and do it. It is going to be a magical journey. Trust me, once we start. So pull from the back first is what they say, which is worked because there's 3 mounts. There's 1 down here, so I'll try and get that, and then pull from the front. Okay, I'll try this side as well. Okay, that's that one. There we go. And then that's, there we go. Okay. Okay, so I've covered up the turbo elbow just while I'm showing you this. Okay, so there's the stock bad boy off. Big gap in the middle there. So first of all, we need to remove the turbo elbow, so I'll just get that out. So I've done this on the GTI, so hopefully this should be fine. So you've got the T30 screw, first of all, at the back. Undo that little fella. And then careful, 2-hander. You don't want him to go down the back. Out. Oh, that had an O-ring on the top of it. Right, well the other one didn't have an O-ring on the top, not as far as I could see. Right, so let's take that off just for a second. Right. Now, the GTI had a squeezy side to it. This one clearly doesn't have a squeezy side to it. tried this a slightly different way here. Okay. There we go. Got him. So let's just quickly, so the O-rings are already on that as it was on the other one. So let's just quickly get him back in. So there's an art to this, same as taking it out. It's got a little lever, so you have to twist it in. So you push it in, and then you twist it round, and it's got a little slot that slots in at the back there. So I'm then just going to quickly cover that over again. So you have to, you can't put it in straight, you have to turn it towards the back first and then push it in and pull it forward, and there's a little latch, you'll see once you've got your eyes on it. And then reattach that until you get a nice click. I'm happy that that's on. There wasn't really a click, but it's certainly not coming off again. Get your T30 screw. Okay, turbo elbow replaced. There he is, Bosch. In there. Magic gloves. Heat shield first. So I'll unwrap that and then we'll crack into that as well. So loosen these. We'll take these out, I should say. So we need to obviously release this pipe from its clips carefully. It's got a funny thing there. Okay. Okay, little clip there. There's two little extra bits there, look. These little, oops. There's little gaps that you have to poke out here. Okay, so that's the heat shield and everyone, that was a bit of a faff. I wasn't expecting to take this panel out at the front there, which is this one here. But okay, that one's going to stay out. It just looks, yeah, okay, fine. So that's in, so there's just one screw and it's right under here. So I'll just fit that in and then that just fixes it up. It's got one mount here that it's mounted to, and then a big fella will sit in here. Not sure on this pipe running across, it looks a bit again, but that's just me in my head, not liking stuff that looks a bit unfinished, but we'll see once it's all on. So turbo elbow still covered up, that's obviously going to have that fella on it there. Just need to attach this onto the end of that and then we can start going again. That's that tightened up, and then we've got the little pipe to reattach, which I've fed back through already. There's a little hole here to reattach that little pipe there. Right, so then you've got this little hook thing, and there's a little bracket for it in there, right? Like to hook a fish, okay, and then there's another one right round here. Where there's a will, there's a way, everyone. There you go. So that's obviously going to hold that down in there. So that is pretty much it. I've got to say I'm slightly disappointed with this tube going over the top. So that completely covers the Racing Line logo, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on there. So we've got the tube, Racing Line tube. I went for blue because of the R for the blue R. And then the turbo inlet we changed, which is down there, T30 screw tube that goes on top. Turbo inlet's down there. Now on top of that, less restrictive, less restrictive, less restrictive. Old air intake there, old front intake up the front grille there, now redundant. So for the final test, I think we need to do a switch on, do we not? Oh, right. Seems okay. Nothing on. It's been sat for a while. So I shall let it warm for a minute. I'll pack up the stuff, let it warm for a minute, and then we'll give it a little rev. And then I'll take it for a little drive, and that's where we'll end after we've had a little drive, and I'll see what the difference is. Looking forward to it. Okay, so we're up to temperature. Let's give it a rev and see what we sound like. I think that was successful. Right, let's take him out for a quick run and have some fun. Just 3 or 4 minutes, we'll have a blast round and see what happens. Let's do it. I also did think that this bonnet wouldn't shut with this because it's so high, but it does. Right, so you're on the passenger side, so hopefully you can get some sounds from the new intake that I've put on. It was 3 separate pieces, by the way, everyone. So the Cup Edition is called Racing Line Cup Edition. The heat shield and the air filter came as one piece. Then you have to buy the silicone hose separately, and the turbo elbow is separate as well. Right, I'm going to go paddles. We're ready? We're going to go under the bridge as well, let's give it a bit of sound. Something coming there.
So check back in with me, everyone. That'll be us. That's it, all changed. Feeling very, very good. Feels a little bit quicker. So hopefully it should be fine. So check back for the channel. Thanks for subscribing, everyone, and I shall check you later. Ta-da!